I first started to learn on the deck of the voyaging canoe really when the canoe was in dry dock. It's really in dry dock that you get to learn every piece, every inch, every foot of the canoe. And it's really your participation in the carrying of the canoe which brings you a greater understanding of the canoe itself, but also that relationship of when the canoe is put back into the water. That when you stand on the deck of the canoe, you have this greater understanding of what it is to work on the canoe before you start to sail the canoe. So probably the most sacred place aboard the deck of our voyaging canoe is really that place that we refer to as the momoa. Now the momoa is in tradition as the tree was taken from the forest. Before the canoe is put into the water and becomes a canoe, the final piece that's cut, that separates the canoe from the forest to turn into a canoe that becomes part of the sea, is still that piece that we call the momoa, but it's also the place where the spirits of our ancestors travel with us. The spirit of the tree continues with us. So when we voyage on Makali'i, we always recognize the spirit. And whenever we eat, whenever we physically are eating, we feed the spirit of the canoe. So we place food in these areas back here to feed those spirits before we even eat. Because we recognize that it is that spirit that is before us, that will continue after us. So now in this day and time, we continue the tradition of teaching the canoe by starting off at dry dock, by inviting potential crew members or even our community to join us in caring for the canoe again, so that we all understand that the work that we put into the canoe by learning about the canoe when it's in dry dock continues. So when it goes back into the ocean, we continue that tradition of passing on that knowledge.